some big surprises, upsets, best event if you had one, biggest breakthrough, so on and so forth. Do you want to start with your biggest surprise? Like what surprised you the most when you look through these results?
I mean, to kind of tie to my betting, I think the biggest surprise was Grant Holloway not winning. I think that was the biggest surprise. There was a lot of other, big moments like world records or like the surprise of the Warholm's sub 46 400-meter hurdle. But in the back of all of our minds, we knew they were set up for greatness. I don't think any of us were prepared for Holloway to lose a race. He had just been so dominant the entire season long, dating all the way back to 2019. Been like 3 years. And you can even then argue going all the way through into college days, he had one blip on his radar, which was a 2019 USA loss, right, to Daniel Roberts. But ever since then, it was just like perfect, smooth sailing. He had that confidence. He was running well. He had that great mentality. And for him to get second, was, I think, the biggest surprise. And it's weird. You're good when silver medal was considered like the floor for him.
Mm-hmm.
That he hit his floor, which was silver, second fastest in the world. He still is the fastest man in the world right now at this event because he can run 12.80.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that was the biggest surprise for me was Grant Holloway not capstoning his run with the gold. And man, dude, it makes you think. Grant Holloway, he's gonna have to wait a few more years. He's gonna be winning. It's gonna be weird. He's gonna win gold in 2022 and 2023, and he's not gonna be happy. Well, he'll be happy, but it's all gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like whatever. This is a train. Worlds are gonna become training runs for him because it's gonna be all about 2024. So he's gonna be like jogging through 2022 and 2023 to get back to Paris to hopefully get the elusive gold medal. But look at that. All ones, even in the heats. First,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last one, second. This is wild. He won his heats, he won everything, and it wasn't close. Headwinds, tailwinds. There's a
Didn't
1281 in
matter.
that, and then he runs 1309. It's just like, whoa, what is going on? He hadn't run
It's
that
a
slow
hurdle.
since the first round of the Olympic trials where he ran 1311. Like, it's wild.
He looked to be on a bit of a roll there because he goes the 1281, the 1296 at USA's and just clicking off times. But it's the hurdles. I find it hard to believe like to get that stunned by the hurdles. Granted, he was so good to where it was considered a shock. And we had heard of Hansel Parchment before, but I didn't. I'm with you. I didn't think he could pull off the upset at this stage. And I think you make a good point too about worlds coming up. So he could go into the next Olympics being a 3-time world gold medalist without the Olympic gold, which will be an interesting story to follow. And with these athletes who are young but still a couple years out of college, you become like Olympics don't come that often. So you become, hey, you're in your prime to post prime pretty quickly. They always say, you got one Olympics before you're in your prime, one Olympics in your prime, and then one post prime for the majority of people. Now, you put Allison Felix's and Bernard Lagat's and everything, you put them in a special category. Shelley and Fraser Price, they're not the norm, but the vast majority of people, it's those 3 cycles and maybe you can push it to a fourth. And with the Olympics getting pushed back a year, maybe this was a little bit in between for some athletes, but you got to think, okay, 2024, that'll be the best shot because then you're looking at if you don't get it then all the way to 2028, which is, people are now that young group, that class of 2016 high school group. By the time you get to 2028, 30 years old, pretty much at that point. Not to say you can't do anything at 30 years old, but it's weird. It's weird to think how quickly it goes by.
Man, 2028. We're already thinking, how old will I be in 2028? Oh, I'll be 40. Whew.